Welcome, and thank you for joining me. I'm Frank Pandolfe, Product Manager for Extended Decision Support. In this session, we'll be talking about some of the problems with current decision support products and introduce Extended Decision Support, or EDS. You'll get a first look at some of the major components of EDS and how it solves issues with decision support. First, let me start with our vision. We aim to provide a real-time decision support and result notification platform. Let's go into what that means and how we are achieving this. Without the UCR, data lives in silos. This includes notes, labs, medications, as well as several other pieces of information. Traditional decision support applications are only designed to run on the data available to it, the siloed data. I'll use a clinical situation to illustrate this point. Let's take our fictional patient, Marla. When Marla arrives to the doctor's office, her doctor opens her chart, which triggers a CDS rule. The clinical decision support running on that environment is limited to the information contained within that system and therefore doesn't have access to all the data that may be relevant for making decisions. Since the CDS logic doesn't have this information, there are false positive and false negative alerts that fire. This causes our doctor to either hunt through several charts to find the right information or order more tests. Incomplete information and subsequently inaccurate decision support leads to physician burnout, more tests for Marla, and increases the cost of healthcare. The job of the Unified Care Record is to aggregate, normalize, and deduplicate data from disparate sources. This lays the foundation for better decision support by creating a single, comprehensive view of the patient record. Because EDS uses the Unified Care Record as a source of truth for patient data, EDS empowers clinical decision support across all the data available in HealthShare. Since logic is executed on data in the Unified Care Record, we want to make sure that those rules, that logic, is accessible to both HealthShare applications as well as customer applications that rely on HealthShare. EDS solves the problem of today's CDS systems by running rules across all patient data, being able to call the rule and display the results within or outside of HealthShare, provide an engineer-free solution to author complex healthcare rules, allows users to organize and manage triggers, rules, and cards. To accomplish these things, let me step you through the components of EDS. Let's start with CDS hooks. The CDS hook specification defines a protocol for communication between a client application and a CDS server. We have enabled the clinical viewer to be a CDS hooks client, and EDS acts as a CDS hooks server. This combination allows clinical viewer to call and display EDS rules within its own environment. In fact, EDS is a reference implementation of the CDS hook server specification. Any client application that supports CDS hooks both within as well as outside of HealthShare can take advantage of EDS. This enables access to EDS logic without the clinician having to leave their native EHR workflow. For more information about CDS hooks, you can visit their site or attend the EDS Experience Lab. Moving on, let's talk about the card builder. A CDS hooks card is displayed to the provider when criteria are met for a decision support rule. The card is essentially a JSON packet that is rendered by the client application. Whether this is a passive or interruptive alert is up to the client application. The CDS hooks card builder is a tool that allows the analyst to build a structurally correct CDS hooks card. A CDS hooks card is simply a JSON document, but the card builder ensures valid formatting and syntax. As you fill out the fields, you can see a preview of the JSON document you're constructing on the right-hand side. It's very slick. Next, we'll be looking at the healthcare rule editor. The healthcare rule editor is amazing. It allows users to author complex healthcare rules without the need of a software engineer. It is built on the FHIR data model and the Unified Care Record. It elegantly conceals the complexity of FHIR syntax. It allows for intricate custom logic, and it integrates the return of CDS hooks cards. Here's an example of the type of rule one can create with the healthcare rule editor. This is a fairly simple example for demonstration purposes, but shows the ability to logically link healthcare expressions together to test a CMS regulation. If you'd like to see how easy it is to create these expressions, please join us in the Experience Lab, where you have a chance to build your own rule. Finally, we have a notification manager. The manager helps organize triggers, rules, and cards to aid in the usability of the entire system. It allows the administrator to easily visualize all the components and link them together to create powerful notifications. So let's revisit Marla and her doctor. Now, all of Marla's data is in the UCR, and EDS is running the decision support logic. When her doctor opens her chart, a series of rules execute and provide the most accurate results. This makes Marla's doctor happy, saves time, cost, and unnecessary procedures for Marla. In this session, you have seen the fundamentals of extended decision support. EDS is comprised of a CDS hooks implementation. This enables logic to execute on HealthShare data via a standard secure protocol and the ability to visualize the result within or outside of HealthShare. The CDS hooks card builder, a wizard for creating valid CDS hooks cards. Healthcare rule editor, an engineer-free way to author complex rules based on the FHIR data model. And the notification manager, an easy way to manage triggers, rules, cards, and system settings. In the Experience Lab, I will go over in greater detail the CDS hooks protocol, the CDS hooks card builder, and the healthcare rule editor. You'll also have the opportunity to be the first non-InterSystems folks to get your hands on the beta version. Please join me for that live session. If you have questions or are interested in learning more, please reach out. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope you are as excited as I am about this new offering.